Hola, yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Courage to Caregivers. This is our recap week where we kind of go over everything we learned over the last month. The theme for this past month was self-discovery. And we know that we've had some opportunities to practice self-discovery a little bit along the way these last few weeks. In the first week, we learned how our strengths can be opportunities for growth. Strengths are things we're good at and things that we enjoy, like gardening, running, dancing, just to name a few. In addition, a strength can be a character strength as well, like tenacity, kindness, or calmness under pressure. What we know about strengths is that you don't have to look too far within yourself to find them. They tend to reveal themselves each and every day. But sometimes it's hard to look at ourselves objectively when we're overwhelmed with caregiving duties. Often, when we can only deal with what's in front of us at any present moment, looking back at our lifetime of strengths can be difficult. So, through breathing meditation practice and the observing skills we are sharpening in Courage to Caregivers, we learn to practice just noticing. Just noticing, just those little subtleties that we notice every day. What's going on in my body? What's going on in my emotional state? And then we learn to recognize and celebrate our strengths by appreciating our past challenges, our past successes, what it is that we value, and what it is that we like about ourselves. It's a process. In week 2, we explored self-confidence and the understanding that you grow to trust yourself and your own judgment and your own abilities, no matter what your imperfections are, and we all have them. We are perfectly imperfect, all of us. So, like a muscle, self confidence has to be exercised constantly. It's something that you can intentionally build. Often we give into negative self talk and self criticism. We give into fear and self judgment. But when we learn to release that negativity with some self compassion, we reframe our thoughts from I can't to I can. Just imagine you have the power to do that. In the third week, we explored self love through self care. We know that a dedicated practice of breathing, meditation, mindful movement, and deep rest makes a big difference when we tend our own gardens. And we tend our own gardens in this way to stay healthy and balanced in mind, body, and spirit. We know that when we love ourselves first, it sends out a ripple effect in all directions to the people that we love and care for, and that ripple effect just keeps going. It comes from us and goes all around us. Loving yourself isn't selfish or self-centered. It's essential. So that's just a little tidbit of what you have accomplished, what you've learned, explored over the last month. And now we're going to do some breathing. So I invite you to get very comfortable on your chair, perhaps shifting your weight from one side to the other, to get nice and grounded here, placing your feet on the floor, placing your seat nice and centered in your chair, and your spine against the back of the chair or the back of a pillow so that you're nice and tall. Maybe taking the shoulders up to the ears, rolling them back down so that you're not slouching from one side to the other. And then just noticing a little lift through the crown of your head. So now that you're nice and aligned, I invite you to close the eyes or leave them softly cast down in front of you as you begin to connect to the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just feeling that natural breath coming and going in and out of the nose. Just feeling the body start to soften and de-stress. It's almost like going down a stairway. When you go down the stairs, you need to do that gradually. So you kind of come from that fight or flight state down into that rest, digest, and relaxation state. It happens gradually. So just breathing here, knowing that if any thoughts try to come in, you will notice them without judgment, and then just gently let them go like a little snowflake on a winter's day, letting go, letting go, letting go. And just settling in here. And then I invite you to bring your middle finger and your thumb to your collarbones. So the collarbones are on each side of the chest, up high. You find those collarbones by feeling them with those fingers, and then dropping down about 1/4 of an inch below the collarbone. You'll find a little notch there. And then I invite you to bring your one hand to the belly, one hand to those collarbones, to those middle fingers and thumbs, and just gently start to rotate those fingers around in a soft circle, just circling around and around at a slow, steady pace. This gesture in itself is a gesture that will actually stimulate your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the one that governs your relaxation response. So just this gentle gesture will enable you to sink in to relaxation. Just noticing how your body feels as you do this. Just this gesture of letting go. Good, and then you can release the hand, placing it in your lap, and we're going to revisit our ocean breath that we've done for the last few weeks. If you remember this, the ocean breath is one where we take an inhale in through the nose, and then on the exhale, we, using a closed mouth, make the sound, the ha sound, as if we're fogging up a mirror, fogging up a pair of glasses to clean them. Or I like to think about it as the sound that a seashell has when you hold it up to your ear, that gentle roar of the ocean. So you make that with a closed mouth, but notice that breath passing over the back of your throat. So we're going to try it together, breathing in through the nose, breathing out, closed mouth, but making the ha sound. Very good. Let's do that again. Breathing in through the nose and out again through the nose, making the ha sound. Good. And now we're going to do this with a count, and the count is going to go backwards. So we're going to go 10 rounds of the ocean breath, and then 9 rounds, 8, 7, 6, and so on, until you come down to 1 ocean breath left. So we're going to do that. And just do this at your own pace to the rhythm of your own breath. There's no rushing through this, just take your time. And I will count us out the first couple of rounds, and then you'll get the idea and you can continue on your own. So once again, inhaling in, and then exhaling was 10, 10, 9, 8, and continue on. Continuing to stay connected to your breath. Ocean breath in, ocean breath out. And then as you feel ready, bringing one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And we're going to breathe that ocean breath once again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel your chest and ribs rise when you breathe in. Feel your belly expand out into your hand. Feel the belly soften as you exhale. Feeling the ribs and the chest release and go down. And just noticing that expansion and contraction of your body with each and every breath. And just feeling the breath in the body is another way to experience what relaxation is all about. That gentle letting go, that releasing, but also at the same time, the supportive nature of your breath. Breathing in love, breathing out confidence, breathing in love for ourselves, breathing out fear. And just continue to take a few more mindful breaths, letting it all go. And then taking the hand that's on your belly, placing it over the heart so that both hands are over your heart right now. Let this be a little gesture of compassion for yourself, a gentle hug for yourself, just giving yourself a little bit of loving kindness here. And even if all you have time for in any given day is a few deep breaths and a little gesture of loving kindness by bringing your hands to your heart, that is enough to start with. Good. And then gently releasing your hands back to your lap, opening the eyes. Good. Taking the shoulders up to the ears and then softly letting them come back down once again. We're going to begin a little mindful movement here in our practice tonight. So exploring some of the things that we did last week, some gentle neck and shoulder stretches to start. So just rounding the head in a nice circle. If there's any tightness, make your circles on the small side. And then if there's any tension in the neck and in the shoulders, breathing in some ease to those tight places. Just taking your time here. And then moving in the other direction. Good. Finding some ease here. And then coming back to center, we're going to take the head from shoulder to shoulder. So beginning in the center here, taking a nice big inhale. Exhaling, taking your gaze to the left shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, taking your gaze to the right shoulder. So just a little right and left, shoulder to shoulder. Working out anything that is tension or holding. You can intentionally let go of that right now. Good. And then taking the hands, interlacing the fingers, bringing them to the back of the head, and just gently pressing on the back of the skull so that your gaze comes down to your knees. Just opening up that back of the neck. Good. And then gently pressing into the head, taking your gaze down to that right knee. And then coming back to center and gently pressing into the head, taking your gaze to the left knee. And then slowly coming back to center, taking the shoulders up to the ears and starting to roll them up and back and forward, really conscious of those shoulder blades. We tend to hold so much tightness in the shoulder area that most of us are walking around with our shoulders up here right by the ears, and we know that that's holding a lot of tension. So then coming back in the other direction, forward and back, maybe even rocking the head a little side to side here to wash out any of that tension. Good. Very good. And then we're going to bring the arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. And then bringing the elbows to touch. So we're going to bring those elbows in as we round the spine and tuck the chin toward the chest. Opening up the elbows, bringing the elbows back, lifting the gaze and lifting the heart here. Stretching the spine and the upper back and shoulders, and then rounding the spine, bringing those elbows together. So this is a little bit of a cat-cow, but done with the elbows. And you're still getting the benefit of the flexion and extension of the spine here. Good. And breathing as you go, inhaling as you glance up and exhaling as you round. Beautiful. Good. And then in the chair here, doing a little twist, taking the right hand to the left knee, taking the left hand to the back of the chair as we lift and lengthen through the spine and turn toward the left, breathing here. Nice little twist of the spine. Coming back to center, taking the left hand to the right knee, right hand goes to the back of the chair, lifting up out of the rib cage and the waist, twisting to the right. Good, breathing here. Very good, then coming back to center. We're going to stand up now, so we'll move our chair out of the way. And we're going to stand with our legs spread wide, feet are parallel on the floor, taking your hands to your hips, making sure that your spine is nice and tall and lengthened, heart is open, chest is open, shoulders are back. And this is called a power stance. So we're standing now in your power. It is said that if you stand this way for 2 minutes in this gesture of confidence and empowerment, people will actually believe that you are self-confident, even if you're not inside. So this is something that we can do for ourselves. Maybe before we have to have a difficult conversation with someone, a little confrontation, or just airing your feelings, getting your feelings out with someone close to you. Or it could be something you could do before a job interview or an important speech that you have to give. So standing in your power, and we're rooting into the earth here. If you really are rooted, you can feel those quad muscles, those muscles in the front of your legs fire up here. Just breathing into this. 2 minutes of power standing. And there's a lot of psychological benefits to this. You can read more about it if you look up the name Dr. Amy Cuddy, C-U-D-D-Y. And she has a lot of information about how power standing affects your life. And then we're going to heel toe the feet together so that the feet are about a hip's distance apart here. Standing in mountain pose, arms down at your sides, palms facing forward. Once again, open heart, open chest. We're just going to breathe here into this. And then we're going to inhale, bringing arms up overhead, pressing the palms together. Exhale, bringing hands to your heart center. A little bit of a sun breath here. Once again, inhaling. And then hands to heart. Just do this little flow on your own, feeling it in your body. Just hands to the heart, a little gesture to yourself, reminding yourself that loving yourself first is where it begins, right? Good. And then we're going to do some eagle arms. So we'll bring the arms out in front of us, palms facing to the sky. And then we're going to cross the arms and bring each hand, opposite hands to opposite shoulders, giving yourself a nice big hug of compassion. Just take a moment to hold yourself here in compassion. And then bending at the elbows, pressing the palms together and raising your hands up toward the sky, eagle arms, strong, resilient eagle. Strong, resilient you each and every day. Good. And then just untwisting, bringing those arms out to the sides, and then bringing the hands down. So arms are behind your back, pulling the hands down to the earth, interlacing the fingers. So standing here in your power, in your strength. And then releasing the arms, bringing them out in front of you, palms facing up once again. Opposite hands to opposite shoulder, little hug of self-compassion. And this time when we cross the elbows, we're going to go in a different direction. So whatever arm was underneath before, you're going to reverse that and then press the palms together, once again, coming into eagle arms. Breathing in your strength. Breathing in love, breathing out fear. And then slowly untwisting, bring those arms behind you, once again interlacing the fingers, pulling the hands down. And then arms come up overhead, interlacing the fingers once again, but leaving your index fingers pointing toward the sky. And lifting and lengthening from your waist, from the rib cage, through the crown of the head. We're going to bend to the right. This is a standing crescent moon, bending to the right, breathing here. Coming back to center, inhaling in, and then bending to the left, exhaling here. So just do this a couple of times on each side at your own pace. This is a wonderful stretch to open up both sides of the body. And then the next time you come to center, bring those hands back to the heart, taking a couple breaths here. Good. Thank you so much for moving with me tonight. I really appreciate that. I'm generating a little heat here in my room. So we're going to bring our chairs back to the screen, or I'm going to bring my chair back to the screen. You are going to now find your comforts for tonight's practice, whether that is a blanket or two, a pillow to rest your head upon, as we come into our time of deep rest at the end of our practice. If you have any essential oils or maybe a candle that you want to bring to your space to make it cozier, if you want to lower your lights in your sanctuary there, if you're lying down on the floor, just take a nice long full body stretch on your mat or on your blanket. If you're sitting in your chair, make sure that you're nice and comfortable, that your body is grounded and settled in. So take a few moments to do that before we begin our deep rest. And I forgot to mention that, as always, if you would like to listen to some music, you could bring forth your Courage to Caregivers Spotify playlist, or a playlist that you have made of some gentle music on your own, or even silence if that is what your body and mind are calling for this evening. And so as you're getting settled in, notice your body on the floor or in your chair. Notice the contact of the earth beneath you if you're lying down, or the support of your chair. Take a moment, if you're lying down, to snuggle your shoulder blades, roll them underneath you so that you're nice and grounded there. And then close the eyes. Begin to connect once more with your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just finding that sweet song of your own breath, the breath that is uniquely yours. Letting all the thoughts go. Just being here in this present moment that you have carved out for yourself. Good. And then starting at the top of the head, we're going to begin to relax all the muscles in the face, finding a softness behind the eyes, relaxing the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw, the temples, letting all tension in the face melt away. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And maybe breathing in a little self-love to your face. How about that smile of yours? Just that little inner smile that comes out every day when you share that joy with the people around you. Just breathing in a little bit of love for your smile. And then bringing your awareness to your throat and sensing a relaxation of the throat, allowing it to open, find ease. And breathing in some confidence to your throat, a little bit of love when you speak your truth, when you open your mouth on behalf of yourself and others in your life. Breathing in some love and acceptance to your throat. And then letting your awareness float down into that right shoulder. Letting it settle there for a few mindful breaths. And then let it travel down that right arm, the upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand, and fingers. And starting with the thumb, the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that from all the fingers of the right hand, all the way up to the right shoulder, your whole right arm is relaxed. Breathe into that sensation of relaxation and ease. Breathe in a little love to that arm. Maybe those arms supported someone that you love today, with maybe just a gentle gesture, your hand holding someone else's hand, your hand on someone's shoulder. And just in thanksgiving for all that your arms and your hands can do. And now moving down the right side of the body, the armpit, the ribs, and the waist. And then allowing your awareness to settle in the right hip, Breathing in a few mindful breaths there. And then moving that awareness down the right leg to the thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, the foot, the top of the foot and the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the right foot. The big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from the toes of the foot all the way up to the right hip, your whole right leg is relaxed. Breathe into this sensation of relaxation and ease. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Maybe breathe in a little love for your legs and all that your legs do each and every day. Maybe you walked a mile for someone today in terms of what you had to do for that person. It was like walking a mile. Your legs were strong for you and for them. So just breathe in a little love in the direction of your legs right now. Your whole right side is completely relaxed. And then moving your awareness to the left shoulder and allowing it to settle there for a few mindful breaths. Breathing into the left upper arm and the elbow, the forearm, wrist, hand and fingers, starting with the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. So that from the fingers of the left hand all the way up to the left shoulder, your whole left arm is relaxed. Breathe into that sensation of relaxation and ease. Any remaining tension that is holding there, just let it go, let it go, let it go. Good. Then moving down into the left side of the body, the left armpit, ribs, and waist. And then allowing that energy to travel into the left hip, the left thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, and the foot, the top of the foot and the sole of the foot, and all of the toes of the left foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, baby toe, so that from the toes of the left foot all the way up to the left hip, your whole left leg is relaxed. Breathe into that sensation of relaxation and ease. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Your whole left side is relaxed. So breathing in some love for your arms and your legs and all that they do each and every day. Good. And now we're going to move to the back body and all points of the body that are lying on the floor or sitting in the chair that are making contact. So the back of the legs, the heels, the calves, back of the thighs, the buttocks, and then the low back, the middle back, upper back, shoulder blades, back of the head. Just allowing the whole back body to surrender to whatever support is underneath it. Letting go, letting go, letting go. And just breathing in some love and appreciation for the back body, for all the strength that your back had to muster today in your caring for someone else. Strong back, strong, sturdy, resilient back. Just appreciating all that you carry, all that you hold at times on behalf of someone else. Your whole back body is relaxed. Your whole back body is completely relaxed. Breathe into that sensation of relaxation and ease. And now the front body and all points of the body that shine toward the sun. The front of the feet, the front of the legs, the hips, the pelvis, the low belly, the upper belly, the ribs, the chest, the heart. Your heart, your generous, caregiving heart. Breathe in some appreciation for all the love and kindness that you give each and every day from that heart of yours. It doesn't happen by accident. It's you. So breathe in some love for that heart. And then breathe out some loving kindness for everyone in your care. The whole front body is relaxed. The whole front body is completely relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed and at ease and at rest. So rest now. Rest now. Just simply rest. Very gently and with great care, begin to bring your awareness back to the body, starting to invite in a little movement, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe rocking your head a little bit from side to side. If you're lying on the floor, giving yourself a nice full body stretch, maybe gathering your knees into your chest and taking a little rock from side to side. Whatever it is that you need to come back to the present moment, but do take your time. And so as you are awakening here, I invite you, when you're ready, to just roll to one side and take some mindful breaths there while I read a closing meditation from the philosopher Lao Tzu. And he says, kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. So I hope you find some time this week to bring a little bit of that love back to yourself. Just remember that. So let's inhale, bringing arms up overhead, pressing palms together. Exhale, bringing hands to the heart. The light in me honors and recognizes the light that shines out from each one of you. We share that acknowledgement when we say together, Namaste.